I was trying to make the intro with the coffee in my hands, so you guys can see it and have me all ready and stuff, but it wasn't working out because the coffee's so good I had to drink it. So this is all that's left. Good morning, sunshines, and it really is a good morning because first of all, if you saw my previous video where my husband did my voiceover, which was amazing, I was so surprised myself and I cried and laughed at the same time. It was just the best video ever. It's probably the best video on my entire channel. And in that video, he mentioned how I make some bomb coffee, like he named it. But what he didn't say is actually I learned how to make coffee from him. My husband is a health nut, and he looked up the healthiest way to make the most delicious coffee in the world. I've been making it like this for a very long time now, and I wasn't always a coffee drinker. I only started drinking coffee when I became a mom. I was drinking this creamy vanilla thing from Starbucks almost every single day, not knowing how unhealthy it is for me. And long story short, there's obviously been some progress there, and I will not touch Starbucks coffee today, not just because it's unhealthy, because mine actually tastes better, and I'm really proud to say that. I am not kidding you. It tastes better. It makes me feel better. I don't feel disgusting after, and I don't feel guilty. Now, the first thing I do to get my coffee ready is prep my water, and I'm all about that clean water life, and of course I have a filter for that. So this is my drinking water, this is my cooking water, this is my everything water, and of course I use this for coffee as well. The amount of coffee that you use depends on the strength that you like and how many people you're making it for. I will have more detail on this on my blog to be more specific, and I grind my coffee every single day with whole bean coffee so that it's fresher, of course. And it takes like 2 seconds to have fresh grinded coffee every single morning with this Cuisinart thing. I promise you it's not sponsored. I've had this for years. And I just pour the fresh coffee into my Chemex drip filter. This is another thing I've been using for many years now. And by this time, my water should be already fully boiled. And I pour it into the drip filter little by little as it's filling up. And then I stop and then keep filling it up so this way it doesn't overflow, of course. And while my coffee is sipping through the drip filter, I am warming up some milk, not boiling milk. I don't want it to be hot. I'm just warming it up so that it's not cold from the fridge. And now I'm going to blend all of these ingredients that I'm about to show you into my perfect blended coffee. The first thing I add is a little bit of salt, just a dash of it, and this BulletProof Brain Octane. If you're not about that bulletproof life, please look it up. If you don't have BulletProof Brain Octane, you can use coconut oil. That's what I used to use and I still use. And my sugar is coconut sugar. The sugar amount is up to you. It's up to your taste. I use on my own just 2 spoons of these, and for my husband, I use about 3. If you don't like sugar, which is the better option, I suggest using cinnamon and this English toffee stevia, which is actually my son's favorite. Of course, he doesn't drink coffee. I use the stevia on other things, but for my coffee, I do prefer the coconut sugar. Now in my own cup, this is my personal preference to use a little bit of these cocoa nibs. I love doing this because it adds a little bit of a crunchy texture to my coffee that I love. If you don't like texture in your coffee, just don't use it. It's not necessary. At this point, I add some warm milk and blend it up. And that's how I make my coffee, basically. Just blend it up. And this is how I make my coffee every day. But don't get me wrong, sometimes I go on 3-month coffee breaks and then I go back onto coffee. I love coffee so much, and I hope this video helped you and inspired you with your coffee. This here is actually my husband's cup. I add a little bit of extra love to his because he likes to garnish things from his bartending background. I just add a little bit of sugar on top and a little bit of sweetness and love. So it just adds a little more detail to his cup of coffee. And I hope you guys check out my blog as well, where I will have a full written detail on all of this. If you have any questions, it should all be there. Hope you subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, sunshines.